What's up, everybody? This is Anything and Everything podcast, and we're just reviewing Shark Tale, the movie from Pixar. So I'm just gonna go over what the directors is. The director is Rob Letterman, Vicky Jensen, and Bebo Burbenson.
So you know any of his movies?
I know a couple, but
Huh?
I know a couple.
Go ahead, say what they are.
So I can't think of one right now.
Go ahead, look it up. We
What?
ain't going nowhere.
Okay, so the main director, I guess, Rob, he did Goosebumps. He also did Detective Pikachu. That was an excellent movie.
Okay.
I know Zach probably seen Captain Underpants.
I have seen that
That was a
movie.
good
I
movie.
haven't.
Oh, okay, that was really yeah, pretty much it.
I've heard of it, but I
Yeah, those were.
Oh no, he did Monsters vs. Aliens, so that's a good
Yeah.
movie.
I was gonna
that
say
is a good
that's a
movie.
I
good
know
movie.
Zach's seen Gulliver's Travel. I've never seen that.
I've seen Gulliver's Travel.
I actually have not seen that.
But yeah.
That's a good movie.
All right, go ahead, read the.
All right, so here's the over review of what the climax of the movie is. So underachiever Oscar is a pint-sized fish with great inspirations. When mob-connected great white shark Frankie is accidentally killed, Oscar concocts a story with Frankie peace-loving brother Lenny. He was murdered by the shark. Suddenly hailed shark slayer by his aquatic brethren, Oscar has bigger fish to fry when Frankie's father, mob boss Lino, dispatches his henchmen to track down his son's killer.
All right. So, with that being said, since it was your movie you picked, why don't you go ahead and start us off, sir? What are your thoughts on the movie?
So my thoughts on the movie are that I feel that this was a really excellent climax story because it shows how Oscar is the main character, and just like what the overview says is that he pretty much accidentally kills Lenny's brother in the story, and basically, of course,
accidentally kills Lenny's brother?
yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he accidentally
Doesn't kill him.
No, he doesn't.
Well, I'm saying that's what it said. He accidentally kills him. He doesn't kill him.
He-
But
He got killed because the anchor dropped him.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's what it says in the overview. I'm just going with the overview.
Whatever, let's go.
Whatever. So, yeah. So then, basically, the family, of course, thinks that he actually killed him, and of course, it was by an anchor. So then it spreads like fire, and then everybody's saying that, oh yeah, you killed a shark and whatnot. You know, like that's why it says in the overview how he pretty much is like, he's basically a nobody. I should say that. Then he goes up high because he's like, oh, I want to be like somebody, you know, I want to be high, all the way up here. But because of this, it's pretty much a lie that he basically goes up to the highest standard. And then, of course, you know, they give him sponsors or whatnot. And, you know, he pretty much is in like the high rank where people live because he's pretty much was a nobody at the beginning of the movie. So I like this storyline because there's two sides of the story. If you don't get the full story, in life, there shouldn't be a discrepancy or any argument to another person that you don't know the whole story, because that happens a lot in life. That, you know, you get like one side of the story. Even like, for example, let's give you an example, guys. So basically, when you go up to a cop and you hit a person from the back, by law, it says, okay, well, by law, the person that hit in the back, they hit you. But what if that person stopped randomly? Or what if that person stopped for, you know, just wanting to make money off of you? Well, if the cop hears one side of the story, he doesn't get to hear both sides of the story. To be honest, he can't really say anything because that's not being fair. So I feel that in this movie overview, that you have to get the full story instead of just taking one side of the story. Because one side of the story could be a lie, or one side of the story could be another side of the story, and another person could say this and whatnot. So yeah, that's just my review.
Okay, so my thoughts on the movie. This movie is filled with a ton of life lessons. And we'll break it all down as we go throughout the movie, but this is a very good movie. A lot of great people in this movie. I mean, you got Will Smith, you got Jack Black, Robert De Niro. Like, you got a lot of good people. I think even yeah, I'm about to say Angelina Jolie. She's in this movie. A lot of great actors in this movie. I think this is the only animated movie that actually no. This was the first animated movie Will Smith did. He just did a second one a couple years ago in 2019 with Tom Holland. So, Will Smith.
Oh yeah, he did.
Spies in Disguise or something like that it was called. So I mean, he was very good in this one. So I don't know why he hasn't done more, but whatever. I know why, because this movie came out because I can't remember what's the studio is for this movie, but this movie came out is what? DreamWorks, yes, because they found out that Disney was doing a C movie, and does anybody know what that C movie was? Finding Nemo. Yep. So they were like, oh, we got to get a C movie out too, and I love Finding Nemo. It's one of my favorite Pixar movies. There's a lot we can talk about. Eventually, we'll get to that movie too one day. But this is a pretty close second, I would say, to that movie. But yeah, like I said, as we go throughout this review, we'll talk more about different aspects of what this movie teaches us. Like it teaches us, lying is wrong, and and it also teaches you that I don't want to say
Be yourself.
Be yourself, yes.
Don't lie. Be true to who you are.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Be true to who you are. Or rather, I'm trying to figure out the right words. Because
don't chase after something that isn't gonna work.
Because Oscar learns a lesson, like just love, just you know what I'm trying to say.
So basically,
Go ahead.
What you're trying to say is like he wanted to be the higher up because he wanted to.
Oscar wanted to be somebody.
He wanted to be somebody to somebody, and he had a crush on this girl, and so he thought, if he.
It was even before he met the girl.
Yeah.
He was.
But he met the girl, and then he,
Well, okay, let's just talk about it. So, Oscar in this movie is a tongue scrubber, right? He works at the whale wash.
Yeah, as a tongue scrubber.
And he's a tongue scrubber. Like he feels like
He lower the low.
yeah, he lower the low. And I mean, I guess so. I mean, you're a tongue scrubber, bro.
He wanted to be somebody.
He wanted to be somebody.
And then he meets this girl.
He wanted to be at the top of the top, and all that stuff like that. He was a player,
Yeah.
And so first opportunity he got to do that.
He took it.
But the thing about a lie is, eventually you get caught.
Yeah.
No matter how much you're gonna have to keep lying, and eventually you're gonna run out of lies, and you're gonna get caught.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead. So your thoughts on the movie? So,
My
like I said, we'll
thoughts-
go more in depth in it later. But go ahead.
My thoughts on the movie is that I thought it was an interesting movie. I kind of found myself off and on with staying focused with the movie.
Really?
I don't think it grabbed my attention that it wasn't a terrible movie. I will say that. It was a good movie. It just didn't grab my attention. Like I've noticed that I was, on my phone a lot, and then I would look up and see what's going on the movie.
Wow.
But I didn't dislike it. I'll just say that. I'll just say that I had a hard time focusing. Like it.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think you had a hard time focusing? Is it because it's a cartoon movie or animated movie?
I think it was mainly made for kids, like kid.
Okay, well let me
Like
ask you
toddlers.
this. When you watched Megamind, did you have a hard time paying attention to that movie too?
No.
Or you were connected all the way through?
I was actually
Or paying
connected.
attention.
I was connected all the way through with that one.
So what's the difference between this movie and Megamind?
I don't know. I think they were trying too hard to be funny in the movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some scenes that were actually really funny, and it got me laughing. But like, I think they were trying too hard to be funny, and I don't know. It just didn't grab my attention like
Noah?
I thought it would.
Go ahead, your turn.
I'm kind of on the same boat with Zach.
Oh, man.
Like you said, they were. Yes, the movie is funny in some scenes, but like they were. I think they were trying to live up to the Finding Nemo, and
It just
Those are two
got-
different movies, but go ahead.
not really. Well, yeah.
They were trying to be like
But-
Finding Nemo.
No, they weren't. How were they trying to be
Anyways.
like Finding Nemo? The only difference is, the only similar thing is that it's both in the ocean.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
But
that
anyway.
is why this movie exists, but still, go ahead.
But anyways, yeah, I think they were trying too hard to be funny, and it didn't work out. This ain't their best movie.
Oh, man.
I think DreamWorks' best movie is Shrek.
Ooh, I probably would agree with that.
I
I can't wait till we review those movies.
know, man, I know.
It's too easy over here, bro.
Zach really pointed out what I had to say.
Okay. So we already know the basis of the story, but we'll talk about it more. So if y'all were confused, because this man wasn't very clear, this movie is about Oscar the fish, right? And he wants to be a somebody. You know, he's a tongue scrubber, and at the whale wash, and obviously the first scene that pops in my mind thinking that is when he was telling Angel's story, and the kids were making fun of him. He's like, Oscar Dane's a tongue scrubber, just making fun of that man. He looked up to his father. But it was at that moment he realized
He wanted to
that
be
his father was a nobody,
Yeah.
and so he was like, "Man, I want to be a somebody." Which we all
want to be somebody. I mean,
We all want to be somebody, so we can relate to that. Of I want to be somebody important. I want to be somebody
like to
worthwhile.
change the world.
Right.
You
You
wanna
wanna
change.
Yeah, you want to change the world.
And so-
Impact.
You know, he was always trying to get rich quick schemes and all this, but it never worked out. And eventually, it came back to bite him because let's see, who is the character? Who was his name? Sykes, the owner of the whale wash. He had a debt to pay to the mafia, which was the sharks. Don Lino, and man,
That part did get me though.
What part?
Like his freaking what was his name? The Oscar. He had the money, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
he
yeah,
bet it.
his friend, Ange, she gave him the money. She was like, look, sell this pearl, you get the money, the clams, and go pay back Mr. Sykes. But then and he was gonna do it. And then what happened? The man ran into a fine fish. He's like, oh man, I gotta impress her. And
Bet it
he
all.
bet it all.
Bet it all that
Bet it
money.
all.
And the horse was going to
He
win.
was gonna win.
all his name was gonna
Lucky
win.
too. Remember that scene where he was like, ain't that crazy, man? He shrimped underwater.
Underwater.
How the heck do you shrimp underwater? It just don't make no sense. Oh man, I can't believe y'all didn't like the movie, bro. And then you got my boy Ernie, my brother from another mother. Yes, sir.
I did like those two because I love Jamaican accents.
Don't worry about a thing.
Cause every little
Cause
thing.
every little thing, is gonna be alright. That's not the way you sing that song, man. Oh man, I can't believe y'all didn't like this movie, man. This
I mean,
was-
I didn't dislike it. I just said
Yeah.
it didn't really. There
you
was
didn't connect with the
moments-
movie, but I'm trying to figure out what about the movie you didn't connect with. Because, like I said, the
'Cause it-
lessons are the two main lessons are in this
I
movie.
mean, I got the lessons. Like
Dude,
I understand.
line is wrong. Line
Yeah.
is wrong. That's the main lesson. What's lesson number one? And lesson number appreciate appreciate the people and the life that you have.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's wrong for you to want to better your life. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody should
Yeah.
want to better their life. But where you are right now, you should be like, hey, am I able to get up in the morning? Yes, I am. Am I able to go to work even though it sucks? Yes, I am. Am I able to walk? Am I healthy for the most part? Yes, I am. Do I got people around me who love me? Yes, I do. So you just appreciate the things you do have. No, strive for. If you got goals, everyone has goals. Strive to be better. Strive to go higher. But appreciate what you have at the same time too. And it's a lesson that I struggle with, because I have all those things. Got a job, hate the job, but I got a job. Maybe I wake up every morning healthy for the most part. Nothing's bleeding or anything like that. Nothing, no disease, no sicknesses, nothing like that. Got friends, got family. But doing this podcast, but there are things that I want to achieve. Like, I don't want to work at my job for the rest of my. I really don't.
We honestly want to make this our career.
So I'm just trying to figure out what didn't connect for y'all. Like, what lost you? There was something in this movie that did not connect with you.
I did.
I'm trying to get to the root of it.
I did connect with the lesson. It was more of just. I think it was just
Was it the characters?
No, yeah, a little bit like.
So was it Oscar? Did you not connect with Oscar? Did you not connect with Lenny? Did you not connect with Sykes? Who else was in this movie?
Don Lino,
Don,
Angie.
I didn't
Bernie,
like.
Ernie.
I didn't really connect with Don Lino.
Frankie. You didn't connect with Don?
No,
I mean,
I didn't connect with him, and it's just that. I think they were just. I think it was more of them just trying too hard to please, and it kind of failed, in a way. By all means, I'm not saying I didn't like the movie, because it was a good movie. It was likable, but not rewatchable for me. Like if I were to
we'll get to that part. Not yet. We're not there yet.
But
Rewatchability. All right, so
it's just I don't know.
all right.
It was just something about it. Like they were just trying too hard to be funny. I think it was just too kiddish for me. Too kiddish.
Noah.
Megamind. See, that was different because
I don't think it's
Megamind.
too kiddish, but
No, it was too kiddish.
it's just, I don't know, I just didn't attach to it. I don't know why, it's just, I don't know.
Well, this is your movie, so what do you think? Are they? I mean, obviously they have the right to feel it the way they do, but I love this movie. I've watched this movie plenty of times, rewatch all that stuff. But like I said, we'll get to that when we get to that part. But what about you? How do you feel about the movie and everything?
I mean, I went over it already, but I mean, the only thing I agree with them is that they did try a little too hard on trying to be connected to Finding Nemo.
I don't see that at all. Finding Nemo is
Well, no, but I'm saying
a
like
totally different movie.
No, but it's different. I'm saying like when you have two, like for example, like DC and Marvel, like when like Superman came out, right? They tried to compete that with Iron Man, right? Yeah, it's two different movies, two different storylines. But I'm saying that's all they care about is what? This is money. So if they're trying to like,
I do see the similarities with Superman and Iron Man because
What?
they call
Those
Superman. They
There
call.
are two different super characters.
Hold on.
yes.
But they call Superman
The Man of Steel.
Man of Steel, and what is steel made out of? Iron, right?
First of all, that's
I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know.
yeah.
It's
They
a metal.
didn't. First of all, when they made Superman, they were not thinking about Iron Man. That's not. If you would have said something like, "Oh, the Flash," and then for DC, and then Marvel came out with Quicksilver, I'm like, "Oh, okay."
No,
Daredevil.
That's
not
different.
even, it's not even
There's something or something like that. But Iron Man is definitely not comparable to
Or
Superman.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Wasn't Daredevil quick too? Didn't he have that super speed power?
No, I don't know much about Daredevil, but I don't think he has that.
I mean, I don't know too much about it either, but
All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about the characters, and we'll go down. At least we'll talk about the main ones. So, Oscar,
I mean, I liked Oscar.
Mm-hmm. Like I said,
Oscar was good because it's Will Smith. Who doesn't like Will Smith?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on,
I love Dawson.
dude's a legend.
I love him because
Oh,
he
that's
talked a
another
lot.
one we need to watch.
He talked a lot, and he got his way out of a lot of things.
And he got
He
caught.
got caught, but he talked his way out. of it.
Well, I-
And
oh,
80% of the movie.
He got so he lied. He got what he wanted. He became somebody. Everyone thought he was the Shark Slayer.
And then it
And-
turned
matter of fact,
out to be something that he really didn't want in the long run.
That's not even that. What he found out was, man, his life was already great because Ange was always there for him. And turns out she liked. Well, I mean, we knew that, but he didn't. Turns out that that she liked him, and he was like, no, that's not enough. Turns out it was enough because when he was at the top, what happened? He was lonely. He didn't have nobody. Matter of fact, he was with
But it's funny because he got the girl.
Yeah, he got the girl.
Lola,
He
but
got
then,
Lola.
Of course, what did they
They were-
care about his money?
They were out on the porch or whatever, and she's like, "What you doing out here?" And he's like, "Hey, you know," she's like, "All your friends are inside." He's like, "Not all my friends." And he's like, I'm lonely. He's like, you know, he's like, "But you got me." And he's like, "Yeah, but I don't think I want you no more." And then, you know, she went on a cycle on him.
Yeah.
He got his butt beat.
Yeah, so like I said, it's Will Smith. Who doesn't love Will Smith? Everyone loves Will Smith. Oscar, I think, is great. He learned his lesson. Everything like that. Not too much on Don, who was played by Robert De Niro.
My two favorite characters were those Jamaican.
The henchmen, Bernie and Ernie.
Bernie.
Yeah, Ernie and Ernie.
They were great.
That kind of reminds me Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was
Bernie and Ernie.
Yeah.
I just love the accent.
Yeah, nothing too much on on Don. Although he did learn a lesson too.
Yeah.
He learned to accept his son.
Accept his son.
He did.
Because his son didn't want to be a.
Which I'm
He didn't-
surprised that I didn't connect with Don, because Robert De Niro is another great actor.
He is.
He's such a good actor, and I'm surprised. I guess maybe that I don't think a kid movie like that is suited for Robert De Niro.
Well, a lot of people were questioning. They were like, "Why is this man in this movie?" You know, maybe he just wanted to do something fun. You know, and
do something different. I
Yeah, do
mean,
something different. And there's nothing wrong with
stepped
that.
out. He probably stepped out of his comfort zone. Who knows?
Probably because he does a lot more
Action. Well, not action. More like
thriller. I think is the word.
I guess. I don't. I'm not.
He does more serious roles.
Yeah.
Although he did do another comedy with was it Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller, Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers.
Ah, dude, that's a good movie.
That was a great
That's a
series.
good
You
movie.
know,
We'll get to that, guys.
Meet the Parents. Remember that one? Or is that what it's called too?
Yeah,
Where-
that's number 2.
yeah.
I've never seen the third one.
That's funny as
I've only seen the first 2.
So
All right, then,
I
you
think
know-
the second character for me is Lenny.
Yeah, he's probably the second most important character, Lenny. You know, let's talk about Lenny. What y'all talk about Lenny? You know, played by Jack Black, another great guy. Love Jack Black.
Lenny was a good character. Jack Black, you know. Let's see. I think he was one of the characters that I thought was kind of funny.
Okay.
Besides the two Bernie and Ernie. And that crab. What was that crab's name?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he had a name.
No, he had a name.
He had a name.
Trying to see. Crazy Joe.
Crazy Joe. He was pretty funny too.
Crazy Joe. What you think about Lenny? Zach?
Oh, me.
No, already gave his thoughts.
I mean, he was funny. Kind of. He was funny, but like stupid.
Stupid?
Well, not. I wouldn't say stupid, but he was
You
more.
think- Well, now we
he
know.
was-
Now we know you weren't paying attention during the movie. He wasn't stupid.
He was. Let's just say. He,
All right, let's talk about Lenny.
He feared things.
Let's talk about Lenny, because see, you forgot about Lenny. Lenny was born into a mafia family, right?
Yeah.
The sharks ruled the ocean, as they do in real life.
And he didn't fit that.
And he did not enjoy that role at all. He wanted to be free-loving, friends of fish.
Vegetarian
Yeah, he wanted to be a vegetarian shark.
Yeah,
You know,
he was doing a lot
now
of
that if anything, kind of connects to Finding Nemo, because what was it? You know, fish are friends, not food. Although he did try to eat the fish,
Bruce.
but
Which he did end up trying to eat.
But you know, his natural instincts kicked in. You know, because he smelled some blood. But you know, he was. You know, so Lenny, you know, he didn't go about that. He's like, he wasn't about that life. He's like, that's not me. I just want my dad to accept me for who I am, which I think in certain aspects that is very true for people. You know, just no, I'm not this way. You just gotta accept me. This is who I am. Everything like that. And there are other aspects I don't quite agree with in that scenario, but we don't gotta get into that. Yeah, so then when he felt the burden of it when his brother died. You know, like he was there. He felt like it was on him because he because coincidentally Oscar was out there because he didn't pay the money, so they were, he was getting beat up and everything. And Lenny, he's at the same time, Lenny and his brother Frankie were out there because they were like, yo, we gotta go teach this man to go be a real shark. And he failed to do that, and it got Lenny killed. I mean, Frankie killed. Sorry, got Frankie killed. And you kind of understand that. Felt like it was on him, and eventually his dad learned, I love you anyway. You're my son.
Yep.
So, one last important character, because I don't think we need to talk about Sykes. He wasn't really. I mean, he's important, but
Angie.
yes, Angie.
Angie and Lola.
Angie.
I guess mostly Angie. 'Cause
Lola,
Lola's just like a side
yeah, she's a side character. So we need to talk about Angie. So what y'all? Oh wait, sorry. You need to talk about Lenny. My bad.
Oh, you did. Like I love Jack Black, and I feel that Lenny did an excellent job.
Okay, I mean, got too much of that. So now we can talk about Angie. So how'd y'all feel about Angie, the love interest, the true love interest of Oscar?
I think that I liked her a lot better than that Lola Fish girl.
As you should. I think that was the point.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of tell where Lola's love lied. It wasn't really truly him. He just loved him because at the time she thought he was a somebody and he really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And
She's the type of
Angie
of girl.
loved Oscar for who he was. It didn't matter if he was a somebody or a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
She just loved him for who he was.
Lola was the type of girl that only goes after people with money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matter of fact,
yeah.
that song played when we met her.
Yeah.
She's a gold digger.
Yeah.
She's a gold. Like they told you who she was when we met her.
Yeah.
Gold digger.
Gold digger. She
And another thing is Angie tried to get Oscar to realize that life may sound good, may sound fun, but it may not be what it's portrayed to be. Like it may be something like, yeah,
You're nobody without somebody.
yeah. Basically, basically what she was trying to say is that you want to be somebody and you want to be rich and you want to live that good life, but it may not be that good life if you're not surrounded by the people that care about you and who love you. So if you surround yourself with people who care about money, yeah, you're gonna have a blast for a while until you realize like that these aren't the friends that you need and they're not gonna have your back at the end of the day. And like I said, like everyone says, money doesn't buy happiness. It's the people that you surround yourself with is what gives you happiness. And if it's people that aren't well off and wealthy, then that's the people that make you happy. I'm not saying that rich people can't make you happy, because they probably can, because they probably don't value the money like most rich people do. Because I'm not going to sit here and say that every rich person are out there just for the money, because I've seen like YouTube videos where this dad was teaching his son. He's like, yes, I have all this money, but it doesn't give you happiness. It's what you do with people. It's what you surround yourself with that makes you happy. And if you're truly happy and you're with people who you are, and you do like whatever work you do, that's what makes you happy, go for it. It doesn't have to be, a basketball player. You could be a doctor. That if being a doctor is what makes you really being happy, then do it.
The love for money is the root of all evil.
It is. And I think Angie was just trying to get Oscar to realize that you have it all right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have your friends. You are somebody to me. And that's all that
It's hard to find a
matters.
girl like that, man.
Yeah. Very nice.
Very hard to find a girl like that. No, let's talk about Angie.
I don't really have any thoughts on her, really.
You don't have any thoughts of like the fourth most important character in this movie?
Yeah, the fourth.
She was definitely in the top 5.
Not really.
I'm talking
What?
about important characters? Yes, she was.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, not really. You got no thoughts. Oh, I was about to say she was
No.
like top 5. Angie, no, I really don't have anything. I mean, Noah, I'm not. No.
Honestly, I think
Zach pretty much said everything. You know,
He didn't say one thing.
What did he say?
When I mean, he was on it, but he didn't really explain. So basically, when she didn't, what's it called? When he owed Sykes the money, right?
Mhm.
With the whole pearl thing.
Yeah, she gave him a pearl.
Yes, but
Her mother's pearl.
Yeah, but like even if she didn't like that man, I feel that's like a true friend, and they would like help you out of like
Yeah.
a big hole.
Well,
Like the climax of the story was she liked him, but even as a friend, that's crazy. Like,
did she do
It's
it?
a lot of money.
Well, no, you're right. I would think I'm saying she did it because she was a true friend, but also because
she loved him.
but she liked him. But I will say, like for instance, I don't know if he would do that, right? Like if I needed the money, would he give me the? I don't know.
You talking about Oscar?
No, I'm talking about right now in general.
Oh.
I'm saying like if I was in Oscar situation and I'm like, hey, man, I don't know what to do, man. Would Matt give me the money? I don't know. And helped him out because she was his friend, but also because she liked him, right? Like I think it's both hand in hand. So I'm saying, like I think for real, like if he would do it because that's the type of guy that Zach is. And I can see even Noah would do it. And if I had the money, I would do it. Sure, I can help you out with what I can. Here you go. Would he do it? I don't know.
I think Matt would do it, but I think he would kind of stall it, because Matt kind of tends to like to stall things a little bit here and there.
All right, so we already talked about the likes and dislikes. I mean, is there anything you didn't like about the movie? Because they already said what they didn't like about it.
I feel that Sykes could have had a little bit more bigger role, but that's the only thing.
Sykes?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Sykes
I think
and
I think Vogue was kind of fine.
I think Sykes and
Toledo?
Lino should have had some big part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a part, but I think they should have
What
gave
more-
him
what-
they should have gave him more.
What more could Sykes have done? I'm really curious. If you think he should have had a bigger role, then you must have something in mind of what
No,
more
I'm
he could
just
have
trying.
done.
I don't know. I just felt like he wasn't enough in the movie.
He wasn't that important of a character. We didn't need it.
I mean, he was his boss. What do you mean he wasn't important?
He helped move the plot along to where he was needed. I mean,
I felt like he needed a little bit more.
as for me, obviously I love this movie. I don't have anything against it. I don't dislike anything about the movie. I think everything was portrayed pretty accurately to me. Yeah, I don't have anything. So now we can get on to rewatchability / recommendation. We will go to / rating. So we will go down the line from Noah all the way to Matt. So Noah, go ahead.
First
Rewatchability.
thing is what? Rewatchability?
Yes.
It depends. If I'm not feel like watching anything else or there's nothing really to watch, I will probably watch it. But other than that, probably not.
Recommendation? Would you recommend it?
I would recommend you guys watch it, so you can like form your own opinion about the movie. And then rating. I would give it I'll give it a 7.
Okay. Zach?
Alright, so like Noah said, with the rewatchability, if there's really nothing else to watch and like I'm sitting at home kind of bored and it's like, oh, I've seen this movie, I've seen that movie, and I've seen this, yeah, I'll probably watch it, but it wouldn't be like my first, like it wouldn't be like off the top of my head, oh, let me watch Shark Tale or something like that. But if I were to rewatch it, probably not by myself. And would I recommend it? Like Noah said, yeah. I mean, just so you can form your own opinion. I mean, you can learn from it.
Yeah,
I think you
definitely.
can teaches you a little bit of, you know, not to lie. But other than that, the rating I give it a 6.
6.
Mhm.
Okay. Rewatchability, absolutely. Watch this movie tons of times. We'll watch it ton more times. This movie, I love this movie. It's a great movie. Like I said, compared to the only thing movie you can compare it to is Finding Nemo, because that is why this movie exists. Because DreamWorks found out what Pixar was doing, and they were like, "Oh, we need to do something like that too." For me, Finding Nemo will be above it because I think it is a better story. But I still love this movie regardless. Like I said, recommendation, I would recommend it because it's Will Smith. Like I said, who doesn't love Will Smith and Jack Black and all that stuff like that. Also, but like you just said, it's life lessons for you to learn and everything like that. And rating wise, I would give this 7.5 out of 10. I'm leaning toward 8, but I think I'll go 7.5 out of 10. Love this movie. You, Tony?
So I love this movie because the actors, there's a lot of excellent actors. Will Smith is probably my favorite actor of all time compared to Chris Rock. But recommendation, I do recommend you guys watching it, see it for yourself. It gives you a good lesson on life. I give it probably for a rating like 8.5.
8.5? Okay. All right. Well, that's our thoughts on that's our thoughts on Shark Tale. Let us know your thoughts on Shark Tale in the comment section down below. Next week it is my week again, and the movie we are watching is Godzilla 1998. I love this movie. For the longest time, it was my favorite Godzilla movie. I know this movie gets a ton of hate, and it took me a while to see why people hate it, and I understand why they do hate it, but I still love it. It's my movie. I've seen this movie tons of times. I watched this movie last night. That's how much I love this movie. It is on Max, so y'all got Max? Well, it's okay, because I have another option for y'all. We're watching the movie, but I gotta wait for y'all to watch it. So don't worry, but that's the movie we're watching next week. Go ahead and take us out, sir. Since
All right, so it's the end of Anything and Everything podcast. Again, I am Yukigumi32, Matt.
Steve the Black.
Zach, follow me on Instagram at Punk Rock Pop.
Noah, aka Novo.
And next again, please leave comments again what Zach said, and leave us any suggestions or anything that we need to improve on. Because again, guys, we are improving. This is our first time, so we're just going with the experience. So thanks again, and peace.
Like and subscribe.